All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We have a massive slate of games today due to the postponements yesterday with all the bad weather on the East Coast. So let's walk through this slate and give you guys my 5 best bets. Recap from yesterday, we sucked. A's and Rays over 8.5. We had 4-3 in extra innings. Just needed the Rays to score 1 run in the bottom of the 10th, and we cashed this. Perfect opportunity, and they didn't cash it. They also hit 3 home runs. Unfortunately, they were all solo home runs. So, man, that was definitely my favorite read of the day. Sucks that didn't come through. We had the Twins and Marlins over 7.5. Neither pitcher pitched amazing. It was just one of those. They kept hitting the ball. They were putting the ball in play. Ks were really low. Just couldn't get anything going. Absolute terrible performance there. And we had the Astros minus 1.5. This looked really good after a nice little 6-1 after 3 innings, I believe. Astros do not score any more in the entire game. Give up a run in the bottom of the 9th to win by 1. So that one sucked. And we had the Phillies first 5, but that one got canceled. So that was a no play there. All right, let's get into this slate, talk about each game. We got the A's and the Rays kicking us off at 12-10. Now, there is a pretty heavy lean towards unders on Wednesdays, which makes sense, right? Day games, you don't take batting practice. So makes sense. The hitters are going to take a little bit to warm up. About 60% of Wednesday games have gone under. I say that because we do have an over today, but just something to keep in mind that games typically tend to be on the lower scoring side with the no batting practice on the day games. All right, A's and Rays kicking us off at 12-10. We've got an over-under of 9. Mitch Spence going up against Ryan Pepio. It's going to be 84 degrees. There is a 62% chance of rain. Of course, it's Florida. Could rain for 5 minutes and then be done. But we do have the wind blowing out at 10 miles an hour. Spence has been fantastic on the road. Pepio's been pretty good at home. 2-3-1 for Spence and 13 away starts. 3.14 for Pepio in 11 home starts. Pepio's looked good. That said, didn't look good in his last outing. So this one could go the way of the A's. At this price, it would have to be the A's. It would be the A's or nothing. I think 9's a little too much today, just given the pitchers. I thought we had a really nice pitching matchup for runs yesterday. A little tighter on the pitching, but wouldn't want to touch the over-under here just with the weather and delays and potential pitching changes. A's did use, some of their better arms, obviously, yesterday, and they went to extras yesterday. So don't like taking unders after an extra inning game. But it would be A's or nothing here for me at this price. Next game is going to be the Cardinals and the Pirates. Sonny Gray going up against Mitch Keller. Pirates have been absolutely fantastic on Wednesdays. They are 10-2, one of the best records in baseball on Wednesdays. They're on a hell of a streak. They've won 5 straight. They're scoring a ton of runs a game, 7-3 in their last 10. I like Sonny Gray, but Sonny Gray on the road hasn't been fantastic. That said, his last several starts have been really good. But Mitch Keller's not a pushover either. He does have a 4.33 at home. Sonny Gray's got a 4.37 on the road. Give me the Pirates here. I mean, let's embrace it. Little half a unit play on the Pirates at plus 118. A little too good a value to pass up, in my opinion here. Just a team that's super hot. And we've got a Cardinals team that's not exactly setting the world on fire. They're not the best road team. They're 21-23 on the road. Lost 2 straight, 5-5 in their last 10. I think it's worth a gamble here. Pirates have just been absolutely hot in finding ways to win. All right, next game is going to be the Padres and the Phillies. This is going to be game 1 of a doubleheader. So it's going to be Nick Pivetta going up against Mick Abel. Padres are, 5-5 in their last 10. Phillies are 5-5 in their last 10. Biggest difference is Padres have lost 2 straight. Phillies have won 2 straight. Phillies are still a really good home team, 27-14 at home. Padres have struggled a little bit on the road at 20-25. So Pivetta over Abel, I can see it. I'm not getting the value I want really to take either team. Phillies are the home team. Over under of 9. This would be a pretty easy over if it wasn't a day game. So a lot of uncertainties here. Like I said, Abel, his numbers look good, but his hard hit percentage just scares the daylights out of me. He's got a 4.85 ERA at home. Pavetta's got a 4.50 ERA on the road. It would be Padres or pass for me, but that's the only way I would play this. Just can't get behind Abel, and I don't really want to take a team total over this early in the day. All right, Tigers and the Nationals, game 1 of this series right here. This one should be an interesting game. So we've got Tyler Holton listed as the pitcher. So Tyler will be the opener today, most likely to Keeter Montero, if I had to guess. Trevor Williams on the other side. I mean, if this were a night game, we're going to take the over in the second game. But this game, I wouldn't mind the over either. But that said, when the Tigers play during the day, they typically go towards the under. Night games, they go way towards the over. So this one, it's almost worth a stab taking the Nationals at plus 134. Tyler Holton hasn't exactly been the Tyler Holton of old. Over the last 30 days, he's given up a 348 average when it's lefty on lefty. He's given up a 304 average to righties. Montero's not much better. Trevor Williams, not great against lefties, decent against righties. So this would be Nationals or nothing for me in this game. And then we move on to the Brewers and the Mets. So this one, we do get Freddie, fastball Peralta going up against Clay Holmes. So this is one, fastball Freddie, 8-4 on the season, 2.90 ERA. Clay Holmes, 8-4 with a 2.97 ERA. Both ERAs jump, although Peralta on the road jumps quite a bit. It jumps from 2.90 to 4.02. Clay Holmes goes from 297 to 313, so not a massive increase. Both of these guys have been excellent with runners in scoring position. Peralta 153, Clay Holmes 119. Hard hit percentage a little higher than I'd like for Holmes, and his splits pretty good. Peralta splits, he's really been getting dinged up by righties. Righties are hitting 359 in the last 30 days as opposed to 177 to lefties. So this would be Mets for me in this spot. I do like the Mets in game 1 here. Next one is going to be game 2, Padres and the Phillies as we jump back into the night slate. This is going to be Dylan Cease going up against Christopher Sanchez. I would say massive advantage towards the Phillies. Dylan Cease, just you can't trust him. 6-3-1 on the road. If I can fade Cease, I'm doing it. I don't want to touch the back half of this Phillies pin after this first game. I have a feeling Abel probably gets shelled. They have to use important arms in game 1, so they're going to be banking on Sanchez to go deep into the game. Give me the Phillies first 5 run line. So Phillies first 5 minus a half at plus 100. So like that spot here. For the Phillies, I think they should be able to just absolutely smash Dylan Cease. Weather for that one, it's going to be 78 degrees, 3-mile-an-hour wind. It's going to be slightly blowing out. So definitely favor the Phils in that game right there. Next one's going to be the Twins and the Marlins. SWR, Simeon Woods Richardson going up against Jansen Junk. Junk, he's been good, and he's been really good at home. He's got a 1.38 ERA in 3 home games. SWR's got a 5.5 ERA on the road. Splits, giving up a 364 average to lefties, 357 to righties. It would be the Marlins or nothing for me. Marlins 8-game winning streak. Haven't won 8 games in a row in 17 years. So I'm not going to fade a streak. This Marlins team's been hot. So it would be Marlins or nothing for me in this game. Next one's going to be our second game of the Tigers-Nats game. It's going to be Jack Flaherty going up against Mackenzie Gore. Now, the way I see this game happening, I do think we get runs in that first game. I know it's early. I do think the starters don't last a ton of time here. So I think both teams are going to have to go to their pen. They're going to want to win that first game. So I do think we see their higher leveraged arms in the first game, which means we should see the back half of bullpens in game 2. So I do think that either the Tigers get to Gore, they're a very good left-handed hitting team, or the Nats get to Flaherty. Flaherty's been a little stingy against lefties, though, but I could definitely see him getting to him. And then they have to go to, like I said, some lower used arms in the back half of that pen. So I do like the over 8 in this one. Wind is going to be blowing out a little bit in this game, and it's going to be 78 degrees, nice humidity. We should see some good ball carry in this one. So like the over 8. Next game is going to be the Yankees and the Blue Jays. I mean, is Aaron Boone the greatest coach of all time or what? Leiter gets hammered in game 1. And so what does Booney do? Let's send the same guy back in. They'll never know what's coming. And he gets hit around. So another game, another bad bullpen for this Yankees team. Will Warren, Jose Barrios. Barrios at home's been decent, 3.5 ERA. Will Warren's definitely been more susceptible on the road, 5.5 ERA in 9 away starts. Giving up a 240 average to lefties, 227 to righties. So he's been doing a good job against righties. Barrios has been doing very good against righties, 185 over the last 30 days, 238 to lefties. If you want to avoid the sweep here, you're getting the Yankees at a good price. I just can't trust them. Don't love what I'm seeing from this team. So it would be Blue Jays or the over would be the only way I would go in this game. Next game is going to be Milwaukee and the Mets. This is going to be game 2 of the doubleheader. Jacob Mizorowski going up against Blade Tidwell. So Blade Tidwell doesn't have a lot of innings under his belt. He's got 10, 15 innings, something like that. Not a ton. Didn't look terrible in his last start. Not a bad pitcher whatsoever. I just don't like his pitch splits against this team. Mizorowski has been a stud. He's 3-0 with a .061 opponent average. He's just looked fantastic. Now, how's he going to do on the road? We'll see. But I like his pitch mix here. I think they dominate. So it would be Brewers or nothing for me in game 2 here. So I do like the Brew Crew on the bounce back, assuming they lose game 1 as well. All right, Angels and the Braves. Yusei Kikuchi going up against Didier Fuentes. So we thought he was going to pitch yesterday. They ended up going Grant Holmes in that one. Didn't really help them. So they ended up losing 4-0. Kikuchi's been outstanding at home. He's definitely been more susceptible on the road, giving up a 4.5 ERA. But Fuentes, not a dude I can get behind. This would be the Angels or nothing for me in this contest. Next game, Guardians and the Cubs. Cubbies, good game yesterday. We got Tanner Bybee going up against Shota Imanaga. So it's really good to see Shota Imanaga back in pitching here. So Cubs, I believe they won 5-2 yesterday. We're going to have 81 degrees, 8-mile-an-hour wind. That's going to be blowing out a little bit. We do see a over-under of 7.5. Can't trust this Guardians team against a lefty. So this would be Cubbies -1 would be the only way I would play this game. Baltimore and Texas. Good win by Texas yesterday. I believe they moved to 18-0 when DeGrom starts as a favorite of -140 or better. So absolutely nails there. Tomoyuki Sugano going up against Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi didn't have a great first start back after injury, so didn't like the way he looked in his last start. Don't love his pitch mix today. That said, I don't really think Sugano is going to go out there and set the world on fire. He's going to give up his 2 to 3 runs like he always does. This would be Baltimore or the over would be the only way I would play this. It's just -157 behind an Eovaldi who still looked a little rusty in that last start. Just can't get behind that. Astros and the Rockies, Hunter Brown, Austin Gomber. This Astros team hasn't exactly been tearing the world up against lefties. That said, Hunter Brown should do just fine. I am a little bit scared. Kind of flashback to Hunter Brown against the Rays when the wind was blowing out in Tampa and they just were peppering home runs off of him. I do have a little bit of concern that could happen today. I'm not going to touch this game. It would be Astros on the run line, but it's like -157. So I don't see value in this game. All right, next one is going to be the Giants and the Diamondbacks. So this is going to be Merrill Kelly going up against Landon Roop. This would be one. So the D-backs won yesterday. It's not a bad line to take the D-backs here. Landon Roop has not been fantastic on the road. He's got close to a 5 ERA. Merrill Kelly's looked pretty good. I like his splits. 200 to lefties, 194 to righties. Landon Roop 190 to lefties, 290 to righties. Keeps his hard hit percentage low. I think this one could go either way. It's a bit of a coin flip to me. So I would take the Giants at plus money. But I don't trust them offensively is my problem. So God says take the D-backs. Values on taking the Giants. All right, and then 2 more games left here. We got KC and Seattle. So it's going to be Noah Cameron going up against Logan Gilbert. Cameron's only got 4 away starts, but he's been fantastic on the road. He's got a 1.11 ERA. Logan Gilbert at home, not somebody I can fade. He's typically outstanding on the road. I do think both of these pitchers have some success. I would lean towards the under in this game. This is one might be able to get it. It's going to jump to 7.5 at some point. So I would wait and play the under 7.5 once that line bounces back. So that's the only way I would play that game. Can't trust the Royals. Royals are 2-8 in their last 10. So I just don't know if I can get there, especially after they won 6-3 yesterday. Do I want to take them back to back? Yeah, I just can't fade Logan Gilbert, so it would be the under to me. Better pitchers going today. All right, and then our last game is going to be the Dodgers and the White Sox. Kind of the same thing as yesterday. You got to take the Dodgers like -2, which I don't mind. It's Sean Burke going up against Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw's getting stronger and looking better every start, so should be able to keep this White Sox team off balance. Dodgers should be able to get runs off of Burke. We've got an over-under of 9. Wind is going to be blowing out. Home runs are going to be up. That said, I don't trust the White Sox to score runs. So this would be probably Dodgers on the run line. Dodgers -2. That way you bring in the push potential, but I don't see a world where White Sox are going to be able to keep up today. All right, best bets. Get you guys on your way. So first best bet on the card is going to be Brewers Game 2, Brewers and Mets. So this is Mizorowski and Tidwell. We're going to take the under 8.5. I don't expect Mizorowski to give up a bunch of runs, and I think Tidwell, especially in Game 2, players are probably going to be a little bit tired. I do like the under in this one. Phillies game number 2. So this is the Dylan Cease and Christopher Sanchez game. We're going to take the Phillies first 5 -0.5 a run. So on the run line at +100. We're going to take the Pirates on the money line. Half a unit play. Like I said, Pirates are on a tear. They've won 5 straight, 10-2 on Wednesdays. We're fading Sonny Gray on the road a little bit here. I also don't mind the under in that game either. It's 8. It does bring in some push potential, but I've liked how Keller's looked his last couple of starts here. And then we're going to take the Tigers and the Nats. Game 2, we're going to take the over 8. So this is going to be the Flaherty-Gore game. Like I said, I could just see both teams really wanting to win game number 1. So I do think they will use their better bullpen arms in game 1. We should see the back half of bullpens in game 2. Wouldn't shock me if Flaherty or Gore kind of get lit up in this game. And then our last play is going to be the Red Sox on the money line. I don't think we talked about that game, actually. So that one's going to be Nick Martinez and Brian Bayo going up against each other. So they're going to finish the first game, but I didn't see lines to even bet on that. It's 2-1 currently right now, Red Sox. But I do like the Red Sox in game 2. The reason why I like it, Nick Martinez, his last start, took a no-hitter into the 9th, threw more pitches than he has thrown in a long, long time. So I do expect some arm fatigue from that. So I don't think he's going to be fully fresh. And he's just not a good pitcher, if I'm being honest. His pitch mix looks terrible today, so I do think the Red Sox absolutely get to him. And trusting that Bayo can keep this Reds team somewhat off balance. He's got a decent pitch mix here. His slider, his changeup. Reds haven't been hitting those the best the last couple of weeks, so that is why I'm going with the Red Sox. All right, those are the plays, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. We will have a video tomorrow, and then we might take the holiday weekend off. I do have some things going on, so might be difficult to get videos out. So for sure, I'll have a video tomorrow, but we might take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.